Hey everybody, I am excited to talk with you guys today about a topic that I find that I observe a lot. And through observations, I find lessons, hidden lessons that I can bring to you guys to help everybody in just being more productive and more congruent with your goals and what you're looking to try to accomplish. So, what I have found is that many people are pretenders. For example, they pretend to read good books. They pretend to be doing daily disciplines in their business, like doing their multiple new exposures a day, like any kind of business activity. Let me stop and let me talk about a couple of these. First of all, we have within our organization a book of the month, and we study a book every single month, and I've been doing it for a long time. I've read a lot of books that helped my life in a lot of different ways. And so what I notice is that the people that are reading the book, you can tell they're growing by the way they act, because we know what goes in comes back out, so what they say, you can tell. But you also have people, and I'm sure some of you all probably would agree with this, that will say they're reading the book, but they're not reading the book. So why do people pretend and say they're doing things they're not really doing? I believe that it's the social acceptance. They want to seem like they're doing the right things when they're not. Yes, it's the thing they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, we're all reading this book. Yeah, I'm reading it too, but they're not reading the book. They want to be included. They want to be accepted. They want to look like they're doing the right things. But if all things are equal, right? If people are here and they're supposed to be reading the book, the person that reads the book goes here. The person that does not read the book looks like they're doing it because they're saying they're doing it, but they stay down here. And I see that happen all the time. And in order for your income to grow, you need to grow. So when I tell the team, hey, look, guys, we're going to go read this book right now, I probably would imagine, let's just take a small fraction. Let's say I just take 1,000 people out of my team and say, guys, the 1,000 of us, we're all going to read this book. I would say out of 1,000 people, probably 50 people will go get that book. Probably hundreds of them will say, oh, I got it, I'm reading it, and they're not. And the other 500 won't even respond. They're like, they don't even engage. So yes, there's going to be a whole lot of people that do not engage at all. But out of the engagers, let's think about the psychology. Why do people lie about it? Why can't they just say, you know what, I do want to succeed, but I'm not a reader, so I don't want to read another book right now. I don't want to spend money on a book. I don't want to spend time on a book. So I'm just going to continue out here swinging my dull axe, and hopefully I'll knock the tree down, because obviously my dull axe won't cut the tree down. Let's talk about the daily disciplines in the business. For example, we always, in my company, we talk about doing 2 exposures a day as a minimum baseline for building their business. And so 2 a day is nothing. A spare timer does 2 a day. A serious part-timer does 5 or 10 exposures a day, and a full-timer should be doing more. Now, when it comes to doing those exposures, which is talking to new prospects about our business, why is it that people act like they're doing it, but they don't do it? And then they complain about lack of results. Here's the problem with that. Here's my problem with it. Because you're not doing the exposures, your business is not growing, but you're pretending like you're doing it. So people on your team and in your company, they look at you and you're telling them you're doing the activity and you're really not, but they think you are, and you're not getting results. So here's a picture. Here's how you're painting yourself. Hey, I'm doing all this activity that I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm not getting results. So the business obviously doesn't work, because if it did, I'd be getting results because I'm doing the activity. That's what people see. The reality is you're not doing the activity. So the false impression of you doing the work is causing unbelievable damage in people's belief systems because they think the business doesn't work based on them watching you do all that effort that you say you're doing and you're not getting results. Can I get an amen on that? So here's what I would ask you guys to do. Don't pretend. Either you're doing it or you're not. And if you're not doing it, just tell people, hey, I'm not doing it. Out of fairness, because if you're not doing it because you don't care about getting the results, then that's fine. But you pretending to be doing it and not getting results, that damages the belief system of the people that are on your team and other people's teams in your company, and that's just not fair. That's not right. It's not about you. This is not you, and the world's not just, you're not the center of the universe. See, right? Everything that we do or don't do has an impact on many other people. So I feel it's my obligation to be real with people. I'll tell people right now, I don't do the same activity that I did 17. Back then I was probably working at a 95% of my capacity, of my potential. Nowadays I'm probably operating at like 40% of my potential. Back then I used to make 50 phone calls a day, every day, grinding like 50 calls a day. I was in the zone, loving it. Now I rarely have a 50 call day. I'm excited about myself and feeling good about myself when I have a 30 call day, just being real. Now I've afforded myself that comfort because I built it over time, and I have a massive organization and I make a significant amount of money. So I don't need to work like I did before. But for people that do need to do it because they haven't built it yet, I need to be real to say, hey, look, don't do as I'm doing now. If you want the results that I'm living now, do what I did before to get here. It's a very important distinction. Don't copy me now. If you want the results that I've gotten, go look at what I did and how I got here. That's very important as you look at the leaders in your company. Okay, how did they get there? That's very important. Not what are they doing today. Right now, some of the leaders in your company might be shaking hands, kissing babies. They might be living in a success coma. They haven't really worked hard in years, and you're going to copy them. You're not going to get there. So I think that this real conversation today, hopefully, you find that this is refreshing. It's eye-opening because it's all about awareness. You got to read the books if you want to grow. Right? You have to do the activity and recruit people if you want to build a team and enjoy a lot of financial success. This is very important. So what I would encourage you to do is figure out what your goals are, proclaim to the world you're going to go do them, you're going to make it happen, and then start doing the activity and make sure that your team sees the activity that you're really doing. If you're making 10 phone calls every single day, make sure they know it. Because they'd rather watch a leader than to listen to one any day. And nobody's going to follow a hypocrite. At some time, look, time always exposes or promotes everyone. So for the people that are on Facebook and they're pretending, they're renting a car to take a picture in front of, they're going on all these vacations and traveling first class and all this kind of stuff, pretending like they're ballers, like they're making a lot of money, and that they're wealthy. Well, here's the thing. That doesn't serve anyone. I think what we need to do right now as a profession across the board right now is to get very real, get extremely authentic, be honest about what you're doing and what you're not doing, what you've achieved and what you've not achieved, because the truth is good enough. It really is. You don't have to inflate your product. Your product is good enough. You don't have to inflate your comp plan. It's good enough. You don't have to, talk about all the activity that you're not doing. Because if you do, it's not going to paint the right picture. You guys follow me? So I don't want to belabor the point. Hopefully this gave you guys some things to think about here today. Just don't be a pretender. Be real. People love real. Real is attractive, and we're in the people attraction business. So hopefully you guys have a fantastic day. And look, I don't know what time you're watching this video, whether you're on with me right now live, if you're watching this on a replay later on. But I would venture to say that it is time that you can make a phone call to someone somewhere. If you're out east, you can still call people back out west. You can make some phone calls, Do the activity that you know that you got to do. And believe me, see the smile on my face? See, I feel great when I'm making phone calls to my team members. I feel great when I'm making phone calls to my prospects, when I'm signing up brand new people, when I'm getting brand new recruits launched. I feel great when I'm productive. I feel lazy. I feel inadequate. I feel frustrated. I feel stressed when I am not doing the work and being productive. That's just how I am. And I bet that's how you are too. And a lot of times we tend to convince ourselves, to talk ourselves into thinking it's okay to be lazy, to let ourselves off the hook, to not go stretch ourselves, to not go find more time in the day to squeeze in some more phone calls. We let ourselves off the hook way too often. And what I would submit to you is the harder you work, the more engaged and having an amazing work ethic, the better you are with that, the happier you're going to be. I'm reading a book right now, and I'm listening to it also by audio by Grant Cardone called Be Obsessed or Be Average. You guys know BOBA? Type down below BOBA if you actually have already read the book or if you're in the middle of reading it like I am right now. Because I am never going to be average. I hate the average feeling. I feel horrible. I feel incongruent when I'm being average. And I find myself a lot of times, a lot of days, I find myself having an average day. No energy, scrolling through Facebook, thinking about things but not doing the deal. Guess what? I feel the best when I'm doing the daggone deal. I am obsessed and I'm proud of it. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys do the same. Have a great day, you guys. See ya.